speech that I've been working on for the past like 6 months. So, and just to clarify, I'm not the best man. This isn't a best man speech. Sam beat me to that one. But yeah, my name's Brian, and like most speeches like this go, Cole's one of my best friends. Known him literally his entire life, and throughout these 28 years, we've spent a lot of really great moments together. And every time we would see each other, we'd kind of bring out a little bit of craziness in the other one. Like the time when we waited for a 12-year-old Sam to go to bed and then drew on his face with a Sharpie marker so he woke up and had a mustache. Or the time when we grew mustaches ourselves so that we'd look more distinguished on New Year's. And my personal favorite, the time when we were 8 years old and we were practicing shaving without any parental supervision. Mary, I don't know what you're thinking. I actually shaved half of one of my eyebrows off, and Cole was there for me that day. He said, you know, you look cool with just half an eyebrow. That's what best friends are there for. They're there to encourage us and support us when we need them most, and that's absolutely what Cole's been for me. And sometimes, believe it or not, we would even get involved in cheeky shenanigans that didn't involve facial hair. Like the time we went out to the bars in Crystal Lake one night, and the next morning I woke up and realized Mark was pissed off. And I said, Mark, what's wrong? Why are you so mad? He's like, well, Brian, you'd be mad too if you just dropped $2,500 in a brand new refrigerator that you guys broke. The night before, we decided it'd be a good idea to have an impromptu WrestleMania in the middle of your kitchen. And sorry about the fridge, Mark. Don't really.
I think Chad and Sam are involved in that too.
So for better or worse, Cole and I are best buds, best pals, and partners in crime. But one year in college, something happened. It was the second semester in the fall. And to keep with tradition, Cole and I do this thing where I'd go up to Chicago to visit him to watch the Blues Blackhawks play, or he'd come down to visit me to watch the Blues play. And so one year I called him up and I said, I just checked the NHL calendar. The Blackhawks are coming to St. Louis. It's going to be awesome. You know, I'm going to get us tickets. Are you in? He's like, yeah, Brian, that sounds awesome. I can't wait. I'm definitely in. Just need to see what Angelina's doing that weekend. So, don't get me wrong, I love Angelina. But it was the first time that I realized that there was somebody else in Cole's life that he wanted to share really his most important moments with other than me. And in this case, it was watching one of his favorite sports teams lose to a much more superior hockey team. So a few months ago, in the spring, Cole and Angelina were living in their apartment downtown in Nashville, and I came to visit for work and to visit Cole. Angelina, you were in Chicago, wedding dress shopping. Cole and I hit the town a little bit, nothing too crazy. Our fridges are still intact. On Sunday, as kind of tradition would have it, we were waiting in our apartment. I was in the bathroom kind of brushing my teeth, and we were just kind of hanging out before he'd take me to the airport, and he was lying on his stomach in front of his laptop, and he was listening to music. And I don't think there's been a day that's gone by when we've seen each other where he hasn't been like, oh, Brian, I heard this new band or this new song, or you got to listen to this and that. Cole loves music. And so we were listening to music, and then all of a sudden, and he was talking about it, he was like, check out this song, check out that song, and then something happened which caused me to come out of the bathroom. Cole stopped talking. And it was strange. So I walked out to see what was going on, and I noticed that he was lying on his stomach and he had his head buried in his hands. And I went up to him and I said, Cole, like, what's wrong? And I was really confused. Because I didn't know if he had gotten some bad news, like maybe one of his family members was sick, or maybe he got a text saying that someone was in a car accident, or maybe he saw a sports center that Patrick Kane got traded to the Blues, or something. I didn't know why he was crying, and it was odd to me because at that moment I realized that there was a song playing on the stereo that was different than the more jovial bluegrass songs that were playing before it. And I was going to get this mic'd up, but I don't think it worked out. The song was by a band named Train. It's a song called Marry Me. And if you guys aren't familiar, I'm going to read some of the lyrics from it. Together can never be close enough for me to feel like I'm close enough for you. You wear white, and I'll wear out the words I love you. And you're beautiful. And now the wait is over. And love has finally shown me the way. Marry me. And he sat up and he wiped the tears away from his eyes with his sleeve. And I repeated the question. I said, Cole, what's wrong? And he looked at me and he said, nothing wrong is wrong, Brian. I'm so happy. I've got amazing friends. I've got a loving family. And in a few months, I'm going to marry the girl of my dreams. How did I get so lucky? Next week, April 21st, will be our 7th anniversary. We've been together for 7 years, and I absolutely cannot wait to marry this girl. And when he said this, I was amazed for 2 reasons. First, after all the time that you've been together, just the mere thought of marrying this girl brought a grown man to tears. And secondly, it's always pretty incredible when the guy remembers his anniversary. Now, I know in my heart that Cole and Angelina will be truly happy together, but it's not because they have amazing friends. It's not because they have a loving family. It's not because they have a beautiful home here in Nashville. They'll be happy together because they both recognize and appreciate how unique it is to find that person, that one person in this world that can make you laugh out loud hysterically just by making a funny face. Or they can give you butterflies in your stomach when you kiss them goodbye. I think if we all stopped to appreciate all the amazing people in our lives as much as they do, we could all be just as happy as the smiling couple here standing before you today. So with that, let's raise our Coronas, or our white wines, or our glasses, or our margaritas, whatever we have left. It's going on Mark's tab. So drink it up. Cole, you're my best friend. I'm honored to be here by your side this weekend. Angelina, you're one of the sweetest and prettiest girls I've ever met. May you both be together always, in each other's arms and by each other's side, forever laughing and live happily ever after. To Cole and Angelina.